Hello guys, and welcome to my second progression video on my channel. Today I wanted to talk about some things that I missed in the last video. One of the things that I missed in the last video, which I started doing from the beginning, was keeping record of my CS improvement as well as my LP gains and rank gains, how many games I won, how many games I lost. It's nothing major, it's just a Google Doc sheet, and I'll leave that in the description below so you guys can check it out. So without further ado, let's get onto the video. Alright guys, so before we get onto this first mistake, I just wanted to say that it is very important that when you have a wave pushing towards you, for you not to take trades simply because you'll most likely end up losing that trade, especially early on in the game. Now, my mistake here was exactly that, just going in and looking for a trade, even though I knew that there was a wave pushing towards me and Urgot had every single ability available to him. So there was no need for that trade because I ended up burning Flash and it was just a really bad situation for me after that. Alright guys, so in this next clip you're going to see me pushing this tower, which is all good. The problem here is I decide to stay and fight Mordekaiser under the tower, where you should really never give the enemy laner the opportunity to fight you under the tower. You can just push waves into it and eventually it will go down. So you should never really be fighting under the tower unless you have your teammates with you, or if you're split pushing in my case. You should always just push the wave in and then look to set the enemy jungler further behind and look to put yourself in a better position. Alright guys, so in this next clip we have more of the same. I decided to push into the tower since I know they're all mostly in dragon, which is all good. But eventually they end up backing and I end up overstaying yet again, and I end up dying for no reason. I could have just gotten this tower, backed off, but I decided to keep pushing for inhibitor, even though I knew they probably just backed because they were at dragon. And yeah, just pretty much inting at this point. I also wanted to talk about how most of the mistakes that I'm going to be showing now are most likely mid to late game, since I think unless I see different mistakes that I'm making, most of the mistakes I keep on making are the same. So not trading properly, not wave managing properly, not recalling properly, and not looking at a mini map, all these things that I mentioned in the previous video. So I kind of not want to go over the same stuff too much and focus on different aspects, because at the end of the day it's not all about early game. You still have to make big decisions in the late game and mid game. So on to the next mistake. Alright guys, so in this mistake I get outplayed by the Vayne. Now the outplay itself is good on her side, but on my side I should have known that she had exhaust, that she probably had flash, and I also needed to take into account that her ultimate plays a big part of the duel. And so if I were to bait out the ultimate by, going in, trying to get a stun off, and then once it wears off, go back in with my ultimate, it would have gone a lot differently. So take this into account before you go in. Even though you're stomping your lane, it doesn't mean that you can't get outplayed by not taking these things into account. Alright, so we're basically going to wrap up this video by me talking about upcoming content. As you all know, Riot Games is going to revamp some items, bring out some new ones, and basically I'm pretty sure everything's going to change. Whether it is for good or for bad, I don't know, but it will change. And so this is going to be a new experience for me and for everyone else, obviously, where most of us, if not all of us, are going to have to relearn basically everything when it comes to building and all that. So I will make sure to bring out content as soon as the patch is out, and I wanted to talk about how I'm gonna change my way of playing top lane. I won't be taking teleport anymore, and the reason for that is my TPs are pretty much useless in the sense that I only use them to get back into lane, and for that use is not really worth taking TP, I think. Um, I've been looking up some videos and guides, and most of them say that low elo, at the end of the day, running ignite is just better because you have more lane pressure and you're forced to learn when to back, so back timing, um, just laning in general, trading, and by running ignite, you're forced to learn all these things because if you don't learn these things properly, then you're lacking teleport. So you don't have that backup option to get back into lane and just, not lose as much. So I like this because it kind of forces you into learning these things. And so that's my reasoning for taking Ignite instead of teleport. Ignite when I can take Ignite. For example, when I play set, I think Ghost might be better just because of the lack of stick set has. Once he uses his Q and his E, if he misses it, he's very kiteable. So Ghost, I think, is a better option on him. Either way, next time you see a progression video, it will probably be with the new items and everything. And yeah, we'll probably have a few games, probably have a few normal games on my belt before I upload that video. Just, learning builds and all that for my characters. But for now, I will be sticking to Renekton and Jackson all the way until I hit Platinum, which then I'll be adding one more um, character to my roster. Not sure who it will be yet, but yeah, the characters that I have in mind right now are Set, obviously, Poppy, which is basically a new character that I tried out while I was in a game with some friends, and I fell in love with her. I just really like the animations. She's just very smooth. I don't know. I can't really explain it. I just really like the character, and I really would like to play her at some point. Even though she's not meta, I think uh, I'd like to play with her at some point. And Fiora is the other one. So with Fiora, the thing is, I used to main her, and I kind of inted a lot with her because I thought I could 1v5 everyone. So obviously, with all this knowledge that I have now, hopefully it won't go as bad as it did before. And so I think Fiora would be a very high mechanically intensive character that I would like to learn. If not for Platinum, then for Diamond or above. And so that's definitely on my lookout. So with all of this said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I know it's a lot shorter than my other one, but like I said, I want to focus more now on mistakes that are made later in the game rather than the same one I already went over in my early/laning phase. I'm going to leave a link down in the description to a Google Doc sheet of my CSing progression as well as other solo queue info that I'll be updating as I keep playing just in case anyone wants to do the same or track how my CSing and win rate improves over time. So if anyone has any helpful information for my videos as well as for in-game tips, please leave a comment down below and I'll make sure to read it and improve my content/gameplay. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe if you're interested in more content like this. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.